Dave the Paintball Guy, and today I want to finish up my new beginner series. This is going to be part 4, and we're going to talk about the loaders, your tanks, and that's pretty much it for everything. So I think it's important that whether you decided on a mech gun or an electro gun, I think it's important to you want an electric hopper, and what an electric hopper is, it basically just spins everything in and makes sure that every time you pull that trigger, there's going to be a ball there. Some of the systems that they have out there are gravity fed, and you have to shake, after a couple shots, you're shaking it to make sure your ball feeds down into the feed neck. With the electric hoppers, they do all that stuff automatically. Some of them have sensors, some of them just, works off tension, but whatever their system is, there's always going to be a ball in there. Last thing you want to do is, you don't have an electric hopper and you're out there and you're ready to shoot a guy and you don't have a ball in the chamber, and then, your gun goes bang and nothing comes out. So I think it's important to spend the money there, and a decent electric hopper, they'll run probably right around $100. You can get something, the die LTRs are right around $90, $100, something like that. And some of your spires, your higher end spires, and they work off Bluetooth with the guns, and some of them, they have all the bells and whistles. Some of them can run up around, $200 to $250. But you don't necessarily need to spend anything, you don't need to spend $250 for an electric hopper. The $100 one, the LTR, they claim that's one of the fastest ones on the market. So, but in reality, you only need to go 10.2 because that's the legal balls per second for most fields. And yeah, so that's my recommendation on that. As far as tanks go, your carbon fiber tanks are nice. They're going to run a little bit more money. I want to say the aluminum tanks don't go as big as what the carbon fiber tanks will. I think the aluminum tanks are right around 3,500 PSI, I believe, and they'll run 40, maybe 48 cubic inches, somewhere in that range. So they're not real big. That should be enough to get you through a couple of rounds, and after every match anyway, or every round, you're going to fill it up with air anyway. And you can get those aluminum tanks on the cheaper side. They're probably in the $50 range, where your carbon fiber tank, they're going to run probably anywhere from 150 even up to 300, and a lot of that depends on the regulator that's on it. My tank is a 68 CI 4500, and it's a carbon fiber tank. It still weighs a little over 2 pounds. So even though it is carbon fiber, there still is an aluminum liner in there, and they still are relatively heavy. But all that's going to come down to personal choice. Whatever you decide you want to do, whatever your budget is, an aluminum tank will get the job done. If you want to spend a little bit more money and get a bigger tank, you're going to get up into the carbon fibers, and like I said, they're going to run whatever they're going to run. But you can catch sales, maybe you can catch them a little bit cheaper. But something I didn't mention before in my other new player videos is you definitely want to check with your local paintball shop and see what kind of deals they run. The local place to me, the local field, is Outdoor Extreme in Lingelstown. They do what they call a VIP program when you buy a new gun from them. So what that VIP does for you is it gets you for 1 year. You don't pay for field fees or anything like that. You're basically playing for a year for just paint. You can show up, buy a case of paint, and you can play. Not to mention, the community that is up there, they have, a lot of the guys that come up there, they're pretty regulars. They're a lot of the team guys, and just, there's a lot of regulars that come up there in general, but there's also a lot of team guys up there. Talk to them guys, get out there, talk to those guys, see what they recommend, marker wise, see what, they recommend hopper wise. A lot of them guys, they have spare guns, so they'll let you out there. They'll, at least from my experience, maybe your experience will be a little bit different at the place you play, but from my experience, those guys are really cool guys. They're always, giving you advice, giving you tips on different things. They're backup markers. They'll let you use them, take them out of the field, give them a try, and they'll you know, that's basically what it is. It's like a big community out there. It's fantastic. You know, I love it, and you definitely want to talk to those guys. You know, check with your local places, see what kind of deals they run, and that's my recommendation. And that is the end of this new beginner series. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you found any of this information useful, be sure to give a like and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my latest content.